Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Look, the world is pretty chaotic, right? And in a world like that, being able to manage your own inner state, well, that's a genuine superpower. So today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework for finding that inner freedom no matter what's going on out there.
Okay, so you've probably heard this a million times. Just accept it. And look, acceptance is a huge deal, for sure. It's the first step. But is that it? Is that really the end goal? What if just accepting things is actually selling yourself short? What if it's not enough to really live a full, vibrant life?
This is where the framework we're looking at today has this brilliant analogy. Think about it like this. Acceptance, that's just not drowning. I mean, hey, not drowning is great, right? You're surviving. But then there's swimming powerfully. That's a whole other ballgame. And that active, powerful state, that's what we're going to call exuberance.
All right, so how do we actually do that? How do we make that leap? Let's break down the path from just keeping your head above water to really swimming with power.
And this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The person who came up with this was dealing with some pretty intense stuff. Imagine this, you're 73 years old, it's the dead of winter, and you're watching political chaos unfold that you find really, really disturbing. The question isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's urgent. Can I be more than just okay right now? Can I actually be exuberant?
To get to that answer, the practice gives us two main tools, exuberance and gratitude. Now, I know what you're thinking, you've heard those words before, but stick with me, because the way they're defined here, it completely changes the game.
First up, exuberance. This is not about faking it until you make it. It's not about slapping on a happy face or some kind of toxic positivity. No! Think of it as your life force, your core energy, just flowing with nothing getting in the way. It's about engaging fully and intensely with whatever is happening instead of hiding from it. It's the absolute opposite of just wanting to crawl into bed and hibernate.
Okay, and the second tool is gratitude. But again, there's a really critical twist here. See, most of us, we practice what you could call conditional gratitude, right? I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my health. The problem is, when those things go away, so does the gratitude. The goal here is to get to a state of unconditional gratitude, a stable, deep-down state where you can just say, I am grateful, full stop. It doesn't depend on anything outside of you.
It sounds so simple, right? Just remove the for. But that one little word changes everything. It takes gratitude from being a reaction to good stuff happening and turns it into a core state of being, something you can tap into anytime, anywhere, no matter what.
Okay, this all sounds really nice, but what about when things are genuinely awful? What about the stuff that makes you just see red? Well, this practice doesn't run from that. In fact, it dives right in with the ultimate test case. What do you do with the things that trigger you the most?
Now, the author uses let's say, a very colorful term for this. And look, let's be clear, this isn't about the specific person they were talking about. It's a placeholder, a symbol for your ultimate trigger. That one person or that one situation that can just instantly hijack your peace and send you into a tailspin. So how do you deal with that? Let's walk through the logic, because it's pretty mind-bending. First, you just admit it. Okay, this thing really gets to me. Simple enough. But here's the leap. The very fact that it gets to me, that proves my peace is conditional. It depends on that thing not being there. And if that's true, then that trigger is actually my teacher. It's pointing directly at the chain I need to break to be free. And the final step, the craziest one, you become grateful for that teacher, for showing you the way out.
This whole reframing thing, it's not just a mental gymnastic routine. It's actually the foundation for a really clear step-by-step system to build that inner freedom. So let's get practical and walk through the 5 layers of this practice.
These 5 steps really build on each other. So step 1, accept. Just stop fighting with reality. Step 2, smile. It sounds silly, but it's a simple physiological hack that actually changes how you feel. Step 3, remember the big picture. Just the raw fact, I'm alive. Everything else is just details. Step 4, generate. You deliberately choose exuberance. You decide to engage. And finally, step 5, be grateful, unconditionally. You anchor the whole thing in that stable state of gratitude.
And the difference this makes is just night and day. Look at the old pattern. You see the trigger, rage kicks in, and poof, your energy is gone for the day, drained. Now look at the new pattern. You see the same trigger, but instead you run through those 5 steps, and that energy that was once wasted on rage gets redirected. You can actually use it to create something.
So, What's the point of all this? What's the big payoff? Well, it's not just about feeling a little bit better when you're annoyed. It's about something much, much bigger. It's about fundamentally rewiring your entire relationship with the world around you.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway. The goal is not to get rid of all the things that trigger you. I mean, good luck with that, right? That's impossible. The real goal is to build an inner state that is so solid, so resilient, that it just doesn't matter what the triggers are doing. That's real freedom, when your peace of mind isn't a hostage to other people or events.
Which brings us all the way back to this number, 73. The author's age when they were wrestling with this. Think about that. When you're 73, you know your time is finite. Every hour, every bit of energy is precious. You just don't have any to waste on pointless anger. So this isn't some fluffy self-help trick. It's a hardcore strategy for making the most of the time we actually have left.
And this quote just nails the whole idea perfectly. If my peace requires his absence, I'll never have peace. If my exuberance depends on favorable political conditions, I'll never be exuberant. Wow. I mean, that's it right there. It's about taking back the power to create your own inner state despite what's going on, not waiting for things to be perfect because of what's going on.
So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. Think about that one thing or that one person that really gets under your skin. What if, using this framework, you stopped seeing them as your biggest problem? What if you started seeing them as your greatest teacher? What lesson are they trying to teach you about where you can find your own freedom?